And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL India Premiership Summer Season Challenger Series 2018 that is brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Intel, and organized by Northern Gaming and ESL. I'm your host, Harship Mandrawat, and with me is Angie. How are you doing, Angie, today?
Well, not at the best, but pretty good.
You want to talk about it?
No, I don't want to talk about
Okay, well,
it.
moving on,
Still.
we have Dope Gaming that will be taking on Vibe, ladies and gentlemen. But before we go, let's talk about the LAN, the most awaited LAN that is going to take
Yeah.
place. You want to say anything about that?
Well, it's exciting to see. I mean, the teams this time are very similar to last year's winter season. But the most exciting part for me about the LAN is that this time the winter season finale winners, Signify, who were undefeated in winter, finally have been defeated coming into the summer.
Well, we see ROG Titans,
Yes.
Signify, Reckoning Esports, and Team Buriza. Do you think do you really feel that these are the teams that deserve to go to the LAN finale?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if we talk about ROG Titans, Signify, Reckoning Esports, these three slots, I really expected top three teams to make it there. Team Buriza on the other end have really been so. I would say they've just learned with every single game playing the ESL. Also, I feel with the boot camp coming in, it makes a big difference to a team to be able to sit there, practice with your team, spend time with your team. And at the end of the day, I think that's why today they are sitting at such a high spot. And seeing them in a LAN finale could be very interesting. Of course, the people they're going up against, I think this is a time where Team Mariza is going to be like, we got to sit down, put our best foot forward, practice really hard. We had about like 20 days before the LAN finale, and these 20 days are the most crucial for all these teams, especially Reckoning and Buriza. They are going up against really tough competition. Now, I somehow feel that ROG Titans Signify sit on the same level when it comes to gameplay, it comes to the way they play, the veterans in the community. But Reckoning Esports and Team Buriza are two teams who have to really, if they win this, if they win the LAN finale by any chance, it'll be the most phenomenal games I would ever see, because if they're going to be able to match to the caliber of these other two teams, I would be like, that would be the change to Indian esports Dota too, because I've been in this field for so long and I've seen these names in these particular teams so many times in so many tournaments, and it's always a given that either Signify will take it or ROG will take it. But this time I do feel that even Reckoning Esports and Team Buriza have the same amount of potential coming into that. And one of the major reasons I would say is that because all these four teams are boot camp teams, they all have a team ground, they all practice every single day. And that's revolutionary for Indian esports.
Well, before we move further, let's also have a look at the promotion and relegations.
Yes.
Okay, so for the Masters League, we have Akatsuki, the Council, Nefarious, and Alpha Esports. And for the Challengers League, we have Vibe, Neon Esports, NCGC, and Alpha Gaming. What do you have to say about these teams?
I mean, it's a little saddening to see Akatsuki and Council in the last four slots. I mean, they've been playing really well. It's more to do with their team composition being a little mixed up this time. Akatsuki was struggling in between when we spoke about roster changes. They had to keep trying out new players, which kind of made them lose a lot of points in the ESL India Premiership. But talking about Nefarious and Alpha, I mean, today's matchup, which is against Vibe. Now, Vibe is a team that has actually taken in two players from Nefarious, and they're playing the Challenger League.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess when you lose two from one, you have a better chance at making it back when it comes to the fall season. And maybe I'm hoping that Vibe will be able to outshine Nefarious when it comes to the Masters League in the fall season. I would somewhere say that maybe I'm rooting for them, that Vibe makes it through, because they have the players and the caliber to make it to the Masters League. Talking about Neon Gaming, Alpha, oh my god, this team is just phenomenal. They're from Malaysia, exciting, very known players. And I feel that they're going to really make it through and come to the Masters League. And fall season is going to be filled with some of the best teams in the SEA server that are playing as of now, and they should be. I mean, we have got an amazing prize pool. We have a 1 crore prize pool, and I don't see only Indian teams fighting for that anymore. I feel that anybody in like, Asia would be like, hey, you know what? That's a lot of money, and let's give it a best shot and see how far we can take it. But like I said, a little saddened to see Council there. I hope that they are able to make their way back to the Masters League somehow. And Akatsuki, just because they've been part of the ESL for so long, I'm a little saddened to see them in the Challenger League. Yes.
Well, this is some interesting information given by Angie, and 1 crore is the prize pool for the main LAN event that will be taking place in Mumbai. And this is going to take place at Phoenix Market City on the 23rd and the 24th of June. This year, and we'll have some interesting things. It's going to be a 2-day tournament where we are going to have esports, cosplay, experience zones, giveaways, and much more. Our two main guests will be Godslayer, Avish Matthew, and Gaurav Kapoor, ladies and
I think this is
gentlemen.
the first time in the ESL we are having a stand-up comedy, which is very exciting because I like the merger of having a lot of multi grounds on the same esports platform because it's always not about celebrate. It's about a celebration, right? We're celebrating esports, and what's the best way to do it without music and a little bit of comedy to go with it? So I'm really excited about the land finale this year.
Well, Godslayer, आप सबके अपने हो तो आप जो चाहे आप हो आप मेहमान भी हो आप कुछ भी हो जो आप चाहे. Anyway, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Main game. Let's talk about
Yeah.
that. Dope Gaming, the dopey name. Taking on Viber. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at our first team, Dope Gaming for you. Dope Gaming for you, ladies and gentlemen. The team is from Mumbai, played in the 2017 fall season, started this year with challengers, the first challengers, and has progressed to the third one. What do you want to say about this team?
I mean, Dope, we saw them play even yesterday, and they had a pretty good performance over there. If you guys already don't know, Dope Gaming also has players from Team XRG, which recently also performed in the ESL India Premiership, I think in the 2017 winter edition, if I'm not wrong. And as a team composition, I think they are pretty good. And being part of the Masters League, if they are part of the Masters League, I think they'll fit in very well. Because I mean, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, it's just a name. After all, it goes with what your team composition is. And all these players have played the ESL, they've played so many LAN tournaments already that they come with that experience. So I hope to see them make it all the way to the Masters League in the fall season because if they're made it to the top of the Challenger League, I bet they have it in them to make it to the Masters League.
Well, Dope seems to be having a lot of potential. Moving on, let's have a look at our second team, Vibe. Hey, यहाँ दो चश्मिश बैठे हैं, according to the production team. And well, moving on. Well, does Vibe give you good vibes?
Well, I think any team that plays really well gives me good vibes because it's a passion that kind of draws you to the game. Talking about vibe in general, I mean, they're a good team from Kolkata. And I already mentioned that they have really taken in two players from Team Nefarious who already sit in the Masters League. So when we talk about experiences, these players have already been part of the Masters League once. I think they can make it up again. But I think the competition they're facing against today is something that they got to be really careful about because Bombay is the head when it comes to esports, when it comes to the drive, the passion to just play. Of course, Kolkata, no loss over there to you, man. I mean, that city in general, they have produced players like No Chance, who as of now is one of the top players in SEA and one of the most experienced players, in my opinion, because I've seen him play Dota 1 and he was on the charts when it comes to Dota 2 from that very moment. So Kolkata also has a lot of great players, and I'm going to see how this matchup will really go because I see the way they have played before, a few games of them in the Challenger League, and they both have very different gameplay styles. But they both know the objective oriented Dota. And when you know your objective momentum as a team, it's going to go on for a very long time. This game in general, I think, because they both want to really make their way through to the Master League, and I don't think these two teams have really played much against each other, which also says that they can come out with completely different pocket strats. They can come out with completely comfortable picks, and it also comes down to the draft where both the teams really don't know what to ban and what to pick. because if you know what your opponent really likes to play, you can give a ban on that card. But when it's a promotion relegation round, you really have no idea how that game is going to go, and it just comes down to individual skill and individual talent. And I hope to see which of these two teams, which is the better team that will make it finally to the Masters League.
Well, a long, interesting Mahabharat that we are looking forward to, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's see what's going to happen in this main battle where Dope Gaming will take on Vibe.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. You're watching the Challenger playoffs. We got Dope Gaming on the Radiant facing off versus Vibe. Both teams coming out with a little bit of early success in these playoffs. Dope taking a game of the Pakistani side, Portal Esports. I don't know why I was saying error, but yeah, they beat the Pakistani side, Portal, and Vibe. They beat LXG, which is, I mean, in my opinion, a bit of a surprise because LXG. They're a team with a boot camp. They're a team that's got the infrastructure backing them up so that they can just focus on the game, and they're not going to be too pleased about losing out to Vibe. They're still in. They've still got a shot. Uh, and we still got another day of Challenger playoffs up ahead. Neon and Neon Atomic still looking rather strong themselves. Um, Dope Gaming, yesterday versus Portal, things did get a little sticky, especially in the laning phase. There were a couple of clutch plays coming out from their tusk. That's why they're here. They've also come prepared for this matchup. They've studied Vibe. They banned 2 out of 3 heroes that Vibe picked in their game versus LXG, namely the Pangolier and the Undying. And Vibe returning the favor, banning out the Lycan, which Dope Gaming picked up yesterday. Vibe for now, they've got this how do you put it? They've got this crazy amount of pick off with the Beastmaster and the Ancient Apparition. Rorin, Wise Blast, probably going to be moving around the map, setting things up. It's not going to be fun for any core really. I can't think of a core uh, that's really going to survive this. I mean, the row pierces spell immunity, so I'm just wondering to myself what kind of cores Dope Gaming could look to pick up. Maybe they just pick up a core that's strong in the lane versus the Beastmaster. Um, I'm not really sure. Wait, what? Okay, so there's been a pause. Has there been a pause? Okay. So one of the players uh, have lost electricity. But yeah, back to the draft. And yeah, a lot of internet issues plaguing India in general. Anyway, that's going to give me a little bit of time to just familiarize myself with these players. We got Nevermore playing the Omni Knight, Error playing that Disruptor, Clockwork in the hands of Gale, PL in the hands of Aggressive, and that leaves us with Happy on the lean. On the other side of the river for Vibe Gaming, you got Catalyst, who's going to be playing that Dead Prophet No on his Kunkka Blaze. Going to be heading to the offlane and the Beastmaster. Safe lane Monkey King, currently cosplaying as a courier in the hands of ADP. And that leaves us with Claw playing the Ancient Apparition. These are the Challenger playoffs, folks, and a couple of teams are going to be promoted to the Masters League, but not for the Summerland, which is June 23rd to 24th at Phoenix Kulla Market City in Bombay. Not for the Summerland. They're going to be coming for the online phase of fall. And then if they hang around, they'll move on to the fall land. Glaciers breaking down those trees nice and early. So it's going to ensure that there's no tree cover, at least at this part of the map, for the supports on the side of Dope Gaming. Vibe should get their bounty rune up top. Beastmaster's getting his. Nobody really contesting anyone. I'm a bit surprised as to how Beastmaster reached in and got this ward down before before the support did of Dope Gaming. But yeah, Blaze is going to be pushed back from his bounty rune. And I think that's Dope Gaming getting 3 bounty runes. Yep, there's the third. What's the mid block looking like? Looks like he is getting a slightly better block. Nope, I was wrong. Screw that. Catalyst should be feeling a lot better. Happy just trying to draw away the aggro. First point into Dragon Slave. This is gonna be a lane where two mid laners are just spamming the wave left and right, and I don't see anybody really falling. But you know, these kind of matchups, it's actually it seems like a matchup where no one dies, but it's also at the same time a matchup that's gonna boil down to individual skill. Or lack of individual skill, because we'll probably see a death when one hero or rather one player fails to respect the damage coming out from the other. It's possible that one of these two mid laners ends up falling, but on paper it should be a lane where no one dies. Dead Prophet throws Crypt Swarm, Lina throws Dragon Slave, no one really should die until his support moves. It's also going to probably reveal who's better in the last hitting department. Someone might get a slight advantage in terms of CS. For now, they're nearly neck and neck. Happy looking for the range creep. Doesn't get it. You don't get too much more EXP for the range creep than the melee creep anymore, but it's still crucial. I think it's about 5 to 8 points of extra EXP. That Torrent from No. Perfectly done. It's going to clip Nevermore. He's got the Repel, no Chilling Touch. They go for the Cold Feet, and with the Repel, the Cold Feet is never going to proc. Mid lane, yeah. So, like I said, no one really should be dying, but this is going to be a back and forth game of chess, in fact, between both mid laners. Just keeping track of each other's cooldowns, trying to be a bit aggressive when you're not trying creep aggro, and obviously making sure you don't miss any last hits. I'm surprised that Blaze has got the wave all under his tier 1 tower. He's been constantly pushing out the wave a fair bit with those wild axes. And I mean, Nono's hitting these torrents time and time again, but they can't really do too much to shut down the Omni Knight. Blaze 2 points in the wild axes. He's not going to put points into summons or Call of the Wild. Just wants to keep spamming out those axes. Going for the face boots first along with the wand. Not looking at something like, say, Soul Ring or a bottle. Feels like he's going to be able to lane. Just standing in EXP range, getting as much EXP as he can. Arrow just trying to push him back. Now he's got the glimpse, but he hasn't got the Phantom Lancer to really help him out. And Blaze just moving towards the next creep wave might actually get it. Yep, he's got the creep. He's got the creep wave exactly where he wants it. And yeah, it's at times like these that you wish you weren't playing the 5 position. It's at times like these you wish that there was someone helping you just shut down this goddamn Beastmaster kidnapping your creep wave. Look at this. He started out in the bottom lane. He's looped around the Radiant tier 1. And now he's going back to the Dire tier 1. Blaze has got to be careful though. Yeah, doesn't want to tank up too much tower aggro. I mean, it hurts to be a disruptor. It hurts when all you had to do for the past couple of minutes or for the past minute is just take a nice round loop across the map and get nothing done. It's not like he's stopping him from getting farm. He can't really do too much. It's frustrating. Catalyst has got to be careful. Kale is wrapping around, has got the cogs. Now Split Siphon charges are available, 2 of them, but Catalyst holding onto the Split Siphon, hoping that the Infused Raindrop can keep him alive, but it won't. As Happy draws first blood. Kale with a timely rotation, just looping past the tier 1 tower and trying to bring down this Red Prophet and succeeding, in fact. Down bottom, Blaze is finally going to end up falling. And yeah, he's switching things up. He's not going for the face boots rush. He's actually picking up the Soul Ring. I think one thing that what Blaze is going to get glimpsed back, but he might get the kill. I'm not sure if he got the EXP for that. I'm not sure if he was in EXP range, but he got the gold. He's going to walk back. He's going to have enough gold to buy up that second Gauntlet of Strength. He's getting closer and closer to his Soul Ring, and that's when this lane could start to become a bit problematic. Both offlaners sitting at 7 CS. The Omni Knight not looking too bad either. And yeah, it is the 5-minute mark, so you got the shrines available. I'm not really sure if Dope... I'm not really sure how Dope got that kill onto the Beastmaster going, but I presume it was the Phantom Lancer finally recognizing that Blaze is going to try and pick up his 5-minute bounty rune. And yeah, both him and the Disruptor tried to contest him and ended up finding a kill. It's unfortunate that the Disruptor hung around to find out what happens and ended up falling immediately in response. I mean, it might seem... It might seem like a small mistake, but it's EXP for the Beastmaster, right? He's level 4 when the Omni Knight is not yet level 4. And what's going to happen is Blaze is going to get some CS under star. He's messed up the creep equilibrium. He's going to get closer and closer to his 6. And the Beastmaster hitting 6 is just so much more valuable than, say, the Omni Knight hitting 6. Because he's going to have Primal Row. He's going to probably move around the map and try and set up for a pick-off. Blaze doing a really good job in the offlane. And doing a lot better than, say, someone like the Omni Knight. At mid, though. Happy, not looking too good. But no, as well as the Ancient Apparition, move and find themselves a kill. Blaze also doing that cute little pull with the hard cam throughout the axis at the 50-minute mark. For those of you playing Beastmaster in the offlane, that's something you might want to try in your pubs. And look at that, he's getting more EXP with this range creep. He might hit 5, no he won't. In fact, he's gonna end up dying, but he buys out his Soul Ring. Getting a bit greedy there for his level 5 and wants to really get closer and closer to his level 6. ADP jumped upon a tree and got pushed back by the cogs. What's aggressive looking to build? Yeah, he's going for the diffusal play. Dope Gaming won a fight early. Error. Uses the glimpse, doesn't really find too much. It's wasting mana at this point. But yeah, because of that one kill on the Disruptor, because it's just messing up the creep equilibrium time and time again, the Disruptor can no longer zone out the Beastmaster all by himself. He couldn't earlier on, and now it's just going to get harder and worse. Okay. Got that pull off again, this time a little late, but it's working. I think it's also working because he doesn't have these trees, so the creeps are getting vision of the creep wave when, or of the neutral creeps when they do get pulled. But now they're going to try and contest plays. You got Kale making a rotation, only level 2 on the clockwork. He's really starved for levels, but with this kill, he might find the levels that he's looking for. They're going to glimpse Blaze out of the cogs into the kinetic field, but they'll get the kill. And Kale will get that EXP which he needed. The supports on the side of Vibe, just moving around, not really finding too much themselves. Well, that kill kind of hurts the Beastmaster because the Omni Knight has started to catch up in terms of levels. Again, not much an Omni Knight can do with just levels. It's nice to have levels on the Omni Knight, but it's not enough. Both Nono and Claw under a Radiant Observer ward. Won't find too much. Kale, I mean, he's been moving around the map, but he's just found that one kill mid and set up for that kill bottom. Nono and Claw, they're going to fall back. Have they got... No, they haven't got sentries. They got an observer one. But, yeah, they're going to drop a sentry now. Okay, so they... No, they dropped an observer. What am I saying? And it's going to get dewarded. The jig's up. somewhat ineffective movements coming out from the supports on the side of Vibe. You know, these movements might, I don't know, they might appear as if they don't really mean too much, but when you're playing versus a better team, when the enemy supports are hitting 6 quicker than you, I think any good team would absolutely take advantage of that. A lot of movement between top and mid, but both teams just looking for an opening that they're not finding. And Blaze has hit 6. So he's got a TP scroll, he's got the row, also got a jungle to farm, and can TP and set up for a kill anywhere across the map. Kale just trying to give as much information as possible with that invis rune. Well, 10 minutes in, a slight net worth advantage in favor of Dope Gaming. And now when you look at it, this Omni Knight, just by virtue of not dying, has got, nevermore. Just looking for a kill, but this Omni Knight, just by not dying, consistently moving to the lane whenever he sees an opening, has done a lot better for himself than the Beastmaster. He's got his face boots complete, and I'm a bit surprised that ATP as the Monkey King hasn't really been able to bully this Omni Knight as much as he'd like. But down bottom, they're trying to bring down Blaze. At least the Phantom Lancer is a roar onto an illusion. The Cold Feet as well. They won't find the PL, but they'll find the real one instead. The Silence, the Exorcism. They're found aggressive. They'll bring him down. That's a killing spree taken away. And an Exorcism committed. Not sure if Vibe are going to push on the back of this. But that kill was crucial. The Phantom Lancer just starting to overshoot ATP and the Monkey King by a huge margin in terms of net worth. It's going to be costly though, as Happy sees an opportunity, takes the mid tier 1. Catalyst, I presume he used his TP scroll to move bottom and didn't really have a TP to come back and defend mid. And yeah, Dope Gaming just getting towers for free. They're looking to take the top tier 1. Vibe moving across the map, finding a kill onto a Phantom Lancer, but losing 2 tier 1 towers. Now this shouldn't be happening. Losing his safe lane tower like that. Not really sure what ATP was thinking. And yeah, I think those supports just TPing bottom really costed Vibe Gaming. Kale is going to just sit mid and try and lead GXP. 12 minutes in. Level 4. I mean, so there are some telltale signs of a good 4 position. And one of them is hitting 6 by a good time, really. And Kale, he's been moving across the map. He's, you know what, I'm going to pull down his KDA. So he's found 2 assists. Yeah, he's found 2 assists. Which is actually sort of ineffective. Not hitting 6 by now is, not even hitting 5 by now is really costly. The Kunkka's already 6. And I mean, I know there might have been a Tomb of Experience involved or whatever, but yeah. He's hit 6. And yeah, they're grouping up down bottom. Finding another tier 1 tower. Why? They're just letting the tier 1 towers fall. They're smoked up and they move mid, but they aren't really finding anything in mid. They're giving up a tier 2. What the hell is Vibe Gaming doing? Okay. Now the reinforcements come in. I think the play for Vibe is to probably just hit 6 ASAP on that Ancient Apparition and go find pickoffs. The Beastmaster, I mean, he's been 6 for a while, but he hasn't used a single road effectively. There was that one road on the PL, or rather on the PL's illusion, but that's about it. I think Vibe have got to recognize that they can't be so, I don't know, so turtle heavy with how they're approaching this game. I don't mind them just slowing down the game, because once this Monkey King gets his Balfury, he's obviously going to scale better and better than the PL. But giving up tier 1 towers for nothing is definitely a big no-no. Blaze is going for that Shadow Blade, which I like. He could just find heroes like the Disruptor and just bring them down all by himself. Maybe even try and apply a little bit of pressure onto that Lina. But yeah, 14 minutes in. Why? They're giving up a bunch of towers. They're giving up a fair amount of map control. And it's showing. Dope Gaming, they've got the net worth advantage. I think Kale could just spend the next couple of minutes just focusing on hitting 6. There's no pressure on him to find ganks, and he's doing just that. He recognizes that there's a lull which is in his side's favor, and he's going to hit 6. I mean, if I were to cast this game again, the first 15 minutes again, what I'm going to be looking at is the Vibe safe lane. I actually want to bring down CS. So the Monkey King has got CS, but he hasn't got kills, which is why he's struggling to get this Valkyrie as quickly as he'd like. I'm a bit surprised that he didn't find any kills onto that Omni Knight. You pick up Monkey King versus the Omni Knight, you really want to be finding a lot more kills and want to really be dominating him in the safe lane, but they haven't. Nevermore, he was drafting for his side and he's done pretty well for himself in the off lane. You don't often see down bottom. What? Happy. No. Just walks ahead, gets a little cocky in the bottom lane, pushes it out a bit too much and gets controlled by the Kunkka and ends up falling. Error on a warding mission gets spotted out by the enemy 5 position. The Ice Spot X is there, but the Chilling Touch will not proc. ADP coming in, has the Boundless Strike, get glimpsed right back. They are chasing, and with the axes, they'll find the kill. Careless hit 6. I kind of understood what the Disruptor was doing there. He had 2 Observer Wards, one in his smoke and drop a couple of Observer Wards offensively. Just get some vision so that him and the rest of his side could dominate the enemy half of the map, which isn't the wrong idea, right? When you're taking so many tier 1s. But he ends up dying instead. It's not the end of the world though. The tier 1 still standing. They could look to take a fight in mid. They've got the Lina coming in. They're trying to deal with the creep wave. And the hook shot. Absolutely off the mark. They got the cogs to push back the Dead Prophet. Quick heal set to the Ice Blast and the boat coming through. No one dropping just yet. Catalyst dropping really low, being chased down. Static stop. Buttons being pressed left and right. But Vibe and Dope do not lose a single hero. But it's aggressive. Staying true to his name, trying to chase down Nono, has the Diffusal Blade. Nono and the Kunkka should end up falling. The Wukong's command is there, but no one in it and aggressive. Gets a double with the help from the Laguna Blade coming out from the Lina. They're chasing for more. And they might find the Monkey King. They glimpsed him back. ADP's got to be careful. The LSA won't connect, but the Dragon Slave gets himself a triple kill as Catalyst and Blaze go running back home, and Dope do not lose a single hero and get themselves 1 core and 2 supports. Not too bad at all. Monkey King choosing to fight with that Valkyrie ends up paying the price. Well, the Ice Blast is there. It's going to really bother Dope Gaming too much. They've still got the heals. Happy's getting closer and closer to his own Shadow Blade. Kale getting his Blade Mail as well. I mean, Dope Gaming, they're getting items that are generally going to be so much more impactful. We're going to do a quick item check actually. Diffuse Eliasha on the PL. He's just looking to run down his opponents. ADP's got the Balfury. but can't really do too much. Dead Prophet has a use. No seems to be building into a 4-star on the Kunkka, which I like versus the Clockwork. Um, Blaze still searching for a Shadow Blade, should get it, but it's not as early as he'd like. Yeah, he's gonna get it. So a 19-minute Shadow Blade, huh? I don't know. Is there something else that he could have gone for that would be really impactful this game? You know what? I honestly don't mind the Necronomic on this game because you can purge off the Guardian Angel. When you got so much physical damage, you want to be able to do that. Not sure if the Shadow Blade is the best item. Just food for thought that the Necronomicon would have been good versus the Omni Knight. I'm sure he's going to look at a Solar Crest as his next item just to enable his Dead Prophet and his Monkey King in the physical damage department. But look at this. I said Dope Gaming aren't good at taking Roshan, but they chose the ideal time to do it. Heroes from the side of Vibe showing bottom. Vibe caught with their pants down, as Dope Gaming should get Aegis. And this is going to allow them to dominate the map a little bit more. So they're just going to be careful. They're going to make sure that they don't get sloppy and lose heroes or lose players unnecessarily. They're going to use this Aegis well. Find a couple of key pickoffs. Find tier 2 towers. And they're going to do just that. They're going to start grouping up mid. Kale should probably look to get the... Wait, he's farming top. But yeah, Kale should probably look to get the fight started with that hook shot of his. Look at this. Aggressive. Dodges everything. The Crypt Swarm, the Torrent. He's got the Manta style if he wants it. TPs are coming in. It is Blaze. They're going to look to deny this tier 2 tower. And with Kale pushing up the top lane, they could look to segue top on the side of Dope Gaming. What's the call? I have to say, I mean, generally for the first 21 minutes, I've been pretty impressed with Nevermore and his shot calling on this Omni Knight. They're looking to chase Blaze, the taunt is there, will control the PL, Roar, use defensively, the Ice Blaster there as well, and with the Wukong's command, they're going to find Error. Disruptor down, doesn't use the Static Storm and Vibe. Just running down the side of Dope Gaming, the boat and that Wukong's command will take away the Aegis. Nono's still alive, using a salve, looking to turn aggressive. He's got to be careful. He's in no man's land all by himself. Doesn't have his team to back him up. He's got a doppelganger. He's buying time. They need to come back in. Nevermore. He's here with the Repel and the Guardian Angel if need be, and aggressive. Finds himself the Kunkka. They're looking to turn. ADP doesn't really have the Wukong's command or anything to offer in this fight. And why? They're gonna get the Aegis on that Phantom Lancer. They're gonna make it rather useless. I mean, Dope Gaming are gonna be disappointed with that one. They had an advantage. They had the Aegis on the Phantom Lancer. They would have liked to do more. I think Disruptors, he's got to just prioritize getting that Static Storm down on anyone. This is okay. Top lane, they're gonna try and bring down the Dead Prophet, and look at that magic damage. Purification, level 2 Lagoon up lane. Catalyst just sitting on 1,300 points of HP is gonna melt down bottom. Vibe looking to return the favor, the row. It's gonna push around the Phantom Lance, and with the taunt at the boat being set up by that Boundless Strike, they'll finally bring down Regressive. Unnecessary deaths for Koz on either side. So that was really sloppy / unnecessary coming out from the Phantom Lancer. I think it's so important when you're playing one position to not die like that. If you fight with your team and you die, that's somewhat acceptable, but he's going to be disappointed about just getting picked off like that. There is a lot of pick-off potential on this side of Vibe, and he's got to recognize and respect that. I mean, this Disruptor, he's been top of the Vision game, but as a support in a fight, you got to get your big ultimate off. It's as simple as this, right? If you're Naga Siren and there's a big team fight and you die without pressing Song, pressing your R or whatever it is, it's pointless, right? Your hero's meant to do one thing in these fights and you're not doing that. And all he has to do is stay a bit back, just get that Static Storm off. Because it is crucial. It is crucial now before the Monkey King picks up something like a BKB. Once he picks that up, That Static Storm won't be doing too much. And then you gotta hope that you get an Eggs, you get the Static Storm off first. You want to be utilizing a Static Storm now when it's at its most effective. Did he see him? Not sure. Okay. And even if he did, I don't think it's a good idea for Gale to really pursue that one. What's the play from Vibe? I mean, they're just pushing out lanes. Beastmaster, he's found a Shadow Blade, but he's using it to farm, and he's using it to farm a 4-star. Huh. So, I don't have a problem with Shadow Blade as a pickup, but when you use it to farm, I don't know. Maybe you could have just gotten the 4-star first. This is something Nono likes to do a lot on his Kunkka. Use the X marks the spot. Use its timing effectively to go and pick up bounty runes. Die, even throwing out a scan. I'm not really sure for what. Wait, what? Huh. So I think what I'm really confused what happened there. I think Dodo picked up the bounty rune and threw out a scan, hoping that someone else might come to pick up the bounty rune, and that's why we look to take a fight. Not sure. $25 in. Dope Gaming. Probably want to get more out of the map. Probably want to get more map control, get more pickoffs. For now, Vibe is smoked up because there's simply nothing better to do, right? I mean, you get tired of pushing out the waves beyond a point. And they're going to be a bit frustrated with this smoke as well. Their only possibility for a pickoff was that Monkey King. They're not going to find it. Ancient Apparition is dropping once aggressively at the top lane. It seems as if Vibe want to take this tier 1 tower up top. What Dope Gaming could look to do if Vibe show up top is just push out one of these side lanes. Maybe trade a tier 2 for a tier 1. Nono's in the trees, so Dope don't see anyone yet other than that Monkey King. And yeah, you should probably just push out the lanes. You don't want to push too much or too recklessly because Dope could come back to defend. And yeah, they're going to find that tier 1 for Vibe. The TP is coming in, happy. Will look to run. I hear a hook shot. Who's it on? It's on to the Kunkka. They control Nono. There's no real follow-up. There's that Static Storm once again not doing anything. And I spoke of this. You gotta use that Static Storm before the Monkey King gets his BKB. He's got his BKB now, and that Static Storm, it's meaningless at least for that Monkey King. He's not gonna be too concerned about it. Dope. Lose the tier 1 tower up top and lose the support down bottom and commit some of the big ultimates. But at least they know that now the Monkey King has a 10-second BKB, which is probably now down to 9 seconds, and they're going to try and play around that. Best option is to probably just use the hook shot to find and control that Monkey King in his BKB. And yeah, this is when the game is going to start to turn in favor of Vibe. It's going to start favoring them because the Monkey King is going to be out farming the PL soon. And it's going to boil down to mistakes that these teams make as far as fights are concerned. Because, I mean, aggressive is going to get his heart, but they've got the tools to deal with him. They've got the Ice Blast, which is great. They've got the Monkey King, who just outputs so much physical damage. And a burst of physical damage as well with that Boundless Strike. It seems as if Dope Gaming know what's up and they're looking to find a fight. This Lina has had a Shadow Blade for a while. She just hasn't found any pickoffs with them. They drop an Observer Ward in the lane. I think Catalyst spotted that out. I'm not sure. But yeah, Dope Gaming. Now they're the ones trying to control and command one part of the map. They're moving down bottom. They should find this tier 2 tower. If the wave does meet it, of course. Nono's finding a little bit of space. He's got that 4 staff complete. So he's going to make sure that his Monkey King doesn't get controlled too much by the cogs. Level 1 Ice Blast. Ancient Apparition probably trying to hit 12 as soon as possible. Die even throwing out a scan, knowing that Kale is hanging around near the shrine. Both teams playing this game of cat and mouse. And when you play this extended game of cat and mouse, fights and pickoffs just become so much more costlier. You lose one fight, for now, it's probably just going to result in you losing a tier 2 tower. Up top, Yule Scepter. Happy trying to set up, but the boat was there and Happy can't really chase, but Aggressive is here. He's got the Doppelganger, he's got the Diffusal Blade, he sees No, but he hasn't got anything to cancel their TP, and Happy doesn't really get there in the nick of time. Kale is gone for that Spit Vessel, and finally, Blaze. He's had that Shadow Blade for a good 10 minutes, and that's going to be his first pick off with it. Finds Kale, and finds his first stuff as well. 30 minutes in, 6,000 net worth, advantage in favor of Dope Gaming. I don't think this is going to last that long, really. Problem is, why just give up the towers a bit too easily? Doppelganger being used effectively there to dodge out the X marks the spot. Monkey King has been got, but Aggressive was just a bit too busy chasing down that Dead Prophet. And now why? Gotta call for a pause, having a couple of internet issues. Well, it's probably gonna culminate in some messy fight around Roshan. Roshan should be up. Oh, okay. Gonna be up in 30 seconds. And both teams will be looking to contest it. For now, Dope Gaming has slightly better vision around Roshan. They've got this one Observer one at the Ancient Camp. Way minimal vision coming out from Vime. In fact, they're just looking at the bottom rune and they had this ward for this tier 1 tower and excuse me. It helped them get that tier 1 tower, but there was no one really contesting it in the first place. Again, is this a Radiant ward or not? Okay, so this is Radiant Vision. And I think that means that this is a Dire Observer ward. Nine. Jesus, what? It's been one of the slowest games in the ESL India Premiership. Both teams just being very careful about not dying is the way to put it. But why? I wish they were a little bit more. I don't know. I wish they just didn't give up tier 2 towers that easily, man. All these tier 1 towers that Vibe lost were without any real contest. I mean, they're just ignoring or forgetting the fact that they have to keep the waves pushed out, or someone's got to come defend these pushes. I don't know. If Vibe lose this game, I won't say losing those tier 1 towers was the sole cause of anything hugely disastrous, because it's not like Dope Gaming capitalized on that map control very effectively. They took Roshan, but they didn't really capitalize on that Roshan very well. But yeah, if Vibe lose this game and they go back and they see this replay, what they're probably not going to be too pleased about is how they lost those tier 1 towers. Catalyst has farmed up pretty well. He's going to pick up his BKB, and yeah, I mean, there's going to be so much heavy lifting that the PL and the Lina have to do. I wonder if Lina starts moving towards physical damage after that Lincoln Sphere. I wonder if there's a way to just itemize Lena more effectively. You know what? She's actually picked up items that she needs. She does need a Lincoln. She does need a defensive item, and in this case, a Lincoln Sphere more than a BKB. But her her items don't really add to her damage output or control in any real significant manner. It's probably going to be what she picks up after that Lincoln Sphere that's going to start making her more of a core to deal with for Vibe Gaming. PL's got his heart, so I mean, he feels invulnerable, but there is that Ice Blast that he's got to watch out for. So the Monkey King picked up anything, so he's gone for a Sanj and Yasha for his BKB. I don't know. It's it's okay. He could have built a possibly more impactful item. I like the BKB pickup after the Battle Fury. It just feels like he needs the Sanj and Yasha to fight a bit more. But it's going to be a while before he picks up an item that, like, I don't know. It's going to be a while before he picks up like a really impactful secondary item. Personally, I still don't mind the Echo Saber instead of the Sanj and Yasha, but to each his own. Sanj and Yasha is good. Gives you HP, movement speed, a little bit of attack speed, armor. It's okay, but it's not like it's an item that's gonna give me a distinct advantage in team fights. It's an item that's gonna allow me to just, I don't know, just survive and be there in these team fights. Maybe that's gonna be what he needs, just so that he can help Vibe bring down that PL. Happy's got his Lincoln Sphere. Really curious to see what he pulls up in his quick buy. Is he gonna look towards physical damage? If yes, what is it that he's looking to consider? He could build a nullifier. It's unheard of, but I mean, somebody wants to build a nullifier for this Monkey King. And who else? I mean, sure, the PL could. And when you think about it, what a right-click heavy Lina does is just outputs damage, and I think the Nullifier with the Relic does give you a fair amount of damage with the Fury Souls talent, which I presume he's going to be picking up at level 20. Could just build a Nullifier. Nope, doing the right thing. I mentioned Roshan that moved into the pit, and Vibe just reacting. But they're going to move a bit late, it seems. You got Kale just sitting outside looking to counter his shit. I mean, probably want to get a little bit of vision with the Ice Vortex first. Yep, it's the Ancient Apparition leading the charge. Drops the Ice Vortex in the pit, throws out the Ice Blast, silences their Rogue. They're controlling the Omni Knight. They want to bring him down. Hook shot from Kale onto his own Omni Knight, not doing any good. But the Guardian Angel does come off. BKB is well aggressive in the pit, dropping low. He wants to stay alive, but he won't. He's going to end up falling, and Nono's got the Aegis as well. Nevermore, as well as the rest of Dope Gaming, have got a retreat, but ADP, he'll chase him down. He's got the Boundless Strike available in a bit, but he doesn't even need it. Vibe. Team Vibe Dope Gaming around Roshan. Get the Aegis on the Kunkka, and this is go time for them. They've got to get as much as they can with that Aegis. It won't probably be high ground, but it's at least going to be a couple of tier 2s. Or at least one tier 2, because it's still early on. So the Phantom Lancer as well as the Lina are going to respawn early. Kale just hookshotting onto his own Omni Knight in that previous engagement. His crimes have been caught on camera. Find one tier 2. They could go for the second. They've got that. They've got the Beastmaster. They've got his passive. But yeah, what was once a 6,000, nearly a 7,500 net worth advantage in favor of Dope Gaming is now back to even. And Vibe, just like that, back in the game. Messy fight around Roshan. for Dope Gaming, costing them dearly, and now they're the ones smoked up. It is aggressive going for that nullifier. I thought Happy could pick it up, but aggressive wants one. It's going to allow him to just run at either the Monkey King or the Dead Prophet and hopefully bring them down before they pop their BKBs. Once he gets that talent of his, I mean, he's quite far away, but that plus 30% critical strike is ridiculous. Now, Dope Gaming, they're looping around all the way from the top rune. They've lost the double damage on the PL, or at least they will in a bit. And Vibe, yeah, they're going to find a tier 1 tower, or tier 2 rather, but the hook shot is there, finds the Monkey King. Torrent doesn't really connect. Monkey King just pops his BKB, looks to turn, but there is a Blade Mail on the Clockwork. He'll turn towards the PL. He finds aggressive down for the count on the side. Laguna Blade onto the Kunkka. Kunkka doesn't have the agency, looking around. He's buying time from the Lina while the Beastmaster tries to run down the Disruptor. They've lost Nono, they've lost the Kunkka. Happy, looking for the LSA, doesn't quite connect, but here comes Catalyst. Pops the Lincoln Sphere, has the silence, wants to bring down Happy. Happy doesn't have a Shadow Blade for a good 15 seconds. They'll try and bring him down. They got 2 stacks of Jingu. The Yules is there. The main from the Sanjanyasha kicking in. But the Boundless Strike, along with the physical damage from the Exorcism, setting up for that Lina. 2 goes down on the side of Dope Gaming. They only lose a Kunkka, and they've still got the Exorcism. Vibe can probably look to threaten high ground here. 2 Siege Creeps, 1 Alpha Wolf, and an Exorcism. Not really sure if Dope Gaming defend this. They've got buyback on Happy. And the Phantom Lancer respawning in 18. Well, they're going to try and chip away on that tier 3. ADP going to deal with the top push. Nope, they're not going to chip away. Okay. Kunkka's even picking up his Ghost Scepter. So now, I mean, you potentially got 3 targets for the Phantom Lancer to use his Nullifier on. What did Lina pick up at level 20? Okay, so she went for the Fury Soul talent. That means she's probably considering physical damage. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of a 4th defensive item. Really. Look, Lina outputs physical damage with Fury Souls, but you gotta build at least one item that helps in that department. Don't like this BKB pickup. So, you know what? Roar pierces BKB, Exorcism pierces BKB, the Monkey King's physical damage, and at least his Wukong's command will pierce BKB. The Ice Blast pierces spell immunity. Why a BKB? Why? It's not. No, come on. This. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't think this is the right item for Lina to pick up. Either control or damage. That's what you want. And if she wants to survive, I don't think the BKB is going to be the item that's going to allow her to survive. She's probably going to have to build something like an Aeon Disc or something. Why? Meanwhile, they're just claiming a tier 2 tower. Now, I think he's going to switch things up. This is just quick buy, so he probably might just switch things up. Then again, just a caster. He's the player. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Aggressive, just yeah, the secret shop so close to that relic of his. Could sell as Aquila and get even closer if he wants to. Kunkka's got that Ghost Scepter. Wait, what? Kale? By himself? Frustrated, but he's going to set up for some sort of a messy engagement. An engagement where his side's going to be fighting 4v5. And now, if they lose more, if they get caught out, it could only be costly. Dope Gaming looking for the fight, don't have that Clockwork. The Ice Blast comes through, the Guardian Angel is there, Wukong's command as well. No one dying just yet. Aggressive Moving further north, looking to escape. He's got the Jingu stacks upon him. They have vision, but he's got a doppelganger onto the high ground. No one to close the gap just yet, but ADP jumps on a tree, gets that primal spring, slows down aggressive. Has the boundless strike, or rather the Jingu mastery stacks built up. Doesn't have the boundless strike. Aggressive. Slowed by the maim, looks to run, but he's got Nevermore to back him up. Static Storm on the floor, doesn't do a thing in error. Being controlled by the X marks the spot. He's gonna be okay. Dope Gaming forced to take a fight just because Clockwork went in, and at the end of it all, it was Clockwork going in and nothing getting accomplished really. Guardian Angel being committed, Static Storm committed as well. You probably want to just march down mid if you did have the Exorcism, then you're gonna have it soon. And a nearly completed Shiva's Garden Catalyst as well. Not a fan of this BKB. It's not going to be the item that allows him to survive, honestly. So, you need a core that augments the other, right? And right now, this Lina not really doing as much as she'd like. She's got the linkage where Blaze will trigger it with his 4-staff, gets the roar off, the Ice Blast as well. And yeah. Okay. Boundless strike. Beautifully done. They've got vision. They'll find the disruptor as well. Not. Wait, do they have a gem? Do they have sentries? Did they pop the dust? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think they popped the dust and somehow he got clipped by it. Nevermore has a gem though. And Blaze is going to move into the pit. This could be the deciding factor of the game. If Vibe get their hands on Roshan, not sure how Dope Gaming respond. Lina still queuing up that BKB. Look, if she had a BKB there, wouldn't keep her alive, and Aeon Disc probably would have, but she doesn't need, I don't know, maybe she needs to stay alive, but she really needs to start helping out that Phantom Lancer. A lot of the damage coming up from Blaze is physical. Wild Axis, physical pierces spell immunity. Exorcism, physical pierces spell immunity. Boundless Strike, physical, I don't think it pierces spell immunity. Ice Blast, pierces spell immunity. Not sure which part of it though. Anyway, the majority of the damage from Vibe is goddamn freaking physical, and Lina is going for a BKB. I've got Aegis, She's, Refresher Shot. They're probably going to hand over the Refresher Shot to the Dead Prophet, yep, which is exactly what they've done. They could do 2 rows as well, but not a fan. So all they have to do is go in there with the Monkey King, drop the Wukong's command, and just use the Exorcism to take high ground. That's all they got to do. A pick off now is just a bonus because you might force a buyback and might cause more economic damage courtesy of that pick off. Yeah, that's what ADP is looking to do. Kale, like a boss, pushing out the bottom lane, doesn't know what's waiting for him in the trees. And it's not just the trees, it's Blaze coming in from the south. The axes are there, giving vision. Kale gets caught pushing out all by himself. And there pauses. Huh. Okay, they reconnected quickly as well. And Kale. He's not gonna like what he sees when he comes back from this pause. Yep. He's picked up that butterfly and he's even going for a Skadi. So more armor from the butterfly, more HP from that Skadi. I don't know. I don't know if the PL can do enough to bring him down. PL's got that nullifier complete. Lina, she's sitting on a bunch of gold, but she probably wants to buy before Vibe come marching high ground. Gale, hook shots under the creep wave, looks to TP, but the boundless strike is range, by the way. Anyway, ADP didn't have the boundless. I think he started with it, I'm not sure. Gale is gonna get away, fortunately. Aggressive. Trying to build up in that damage department, looking towards that MKB. Happy 4397 gold. Just gotta be careful. Oof. Well, Vibe moving down the mid lane with force. They've got the Exorcism, the Refresher Shot, the Aegis, and the Cheese. The Cheese on the Dead Prophet. They'll start chipping away on this tier 3 tower. They've still got the Wukong's command. Heck, they don't even need it. They'll force the cliff. Catalyst is Aeon's trigger. It's got to be a little careful now. Happy looking to go in. Still holding on to that goal. Holding on to buyback for dear life. Torrent, boat. Doesn't really clip anyone. But buffs up Vibe with the Ram. At least buffs up ADP and Catalyst if I'm not mistaken. Yep, not for long though. Ram is gonna time out and Vibe. Just getting the feeling that they can't see just yet. Will back off for the time being. They've got another Exorcism. I thought ATP would use the Wukong's command to just zone them out, but Vibe back off and look to go back in. Blaze leading the charge with his Shadow Blade. Not sure if he's gonna find the real PL. Certainly not the real PL. Does find out that there are sentries mid though. So Vibe might want to pick up a gem themselves, and there it is. Lena's BKB. Finally at 44 minutes, Vibe wake up to the fact that creeps are things that do cause problems and they're going to push out top. I think if you're dope, you probably gamble, right? You find a pick off, even though they have the Aegis, you pop a smoke and you go hunting. And not get picked off. That's the other crucial part. And Blaze took a minute or two to press his buttons, but he's gonna cancel that BKB TP. What good was the BKB there? It's not even about the BKB. Anyway, they're gonna fight bottom. They're gonna throw out that nullifier, the hook shot of the Mark Kale. He should be cancelling TPs with his hook shot and the vision from the rocket flare, but he's not gonna be doing too much. Alina for the Beastmaster. This much time for dope gaming. What can they really do with this? They probably want to smoke and go find another pickoff. It's exactly what they need to do. Wait, what? It's been a lackluster day for both these supports on the side of Dope Gaming. Can't say I've seen too much coming out from them really. Mid lane. Kale has been farming. I've got to give him props to that. And he's also found out that ATP's Aegis is timed out. Now he needs a +1 to make this happen. But there isn't really anyone to help him out. And Kale has got to be careful. If anyone from Vibe is moving in. Okay, so Kale goes for the Cox, doesn't really connect. ADP's going to get Glimpse back. That's Glimpse. Use defensively. Excuse me. And Vibe, they haven't got the Aegis, but they've still got the Refresher Shot. They've still got the Exorcism. They're going to march down mid. At tier 3 is dropping low. They'd ideally like to wait for Blaze to join them. And yeah, they're going to wait. They're going to push out top a bit. Just control the map as much as possible. Heck, Blaze has just gone back to farming. What could he buy that's really impactful? I think if he finds the goal, he should probably look towards building something like an AC. And this is, you know, okay, Kunkka goofed up on the X marks and the dot, but Gonna find the kill. This is somewhat costly. I think getting picked off like this when all you got to do is defend high ground is going to force out a buyback. It's going to mean that you have one less life to work with when you're defending your structures. And yeah, Dope Gaming without the clockwork available are going to be forced to use that buyback on him. Kale going to respawn in 33. He's got the buyback if he wants it. He's not using it. This tier 3 tower dropping low and it's going to end up falling. Do I want to look around to see what happens though? Error. Well, quick LSA and Dragon Slave, they commit the Laguna Blade, but Happy might pay the price. He's been forced to pop his BKB, that's gonna allow him to run. The Static Storm is there, Clips on to do, but Catalyst, as well as Nono, not too concerned really. They're gonna try and bring down the Kunkka the road. Onto the real PL, Guardian Angel as well. The Ice Blast did clip, the Boundary Strike will miss. The boat is there, they want to bring down aggressive. They've got the Split Siphon, but have they got the damage? They're chasing him down. Another X marks the spot. He's got the Mana Style, but he's gonna be pulled back. Silenced by the Red Prophet. He's finally gonna end up falling. Blaze might pay the price though, as Happy starts to deliver in the damage department. Kale goes in with a hook shot onto the Monkey King, but that could possibly be his own death. He's got the Blade Mail and that Spirit Vessel. He's hoping to stay alive. He's hoping to survive. And he might just do that, but he's not going to find anything else. They lose the Beastmaster, and that's about it for Vibe Gaming as they make a clean getaway. Find the tier 3 tower. Get a lane of Maddox up top. And the wave's only going to push in further. Nevermore chasing. He's got the blink. He's got that degen aura. And he's hell-bent on getting a pick off. No. I'm not sure what that was. He's gonna end up falling. They see him with the Thunder Strike. And I think they still have that gem. Yep, Nevermore holding on to that gem. All of a sudden, Dope Gaming, they found a couple of pickoffs, but not sure if this is enough for them to go high ground. No tier 3 tower, no creep wave though, so they're fighting through backdoor protection. Buyback available on both the Kunkka and the Beastmaster. Dope Gaming, I'm going to bring down their buyback status because if they do end up losing this fight, it could be the end of the game. Catalyst doesn't have that refresher shot. Not really sure what happened to it, but okay. Kale with the hook shot finds the A. That's a lot better. This is a pickoff that he should be able to find. He's got detection as well. Monkey King controlling the Static Storm, the Nullifier upon him. Finally finds his BKB. Looks to turn, has the Wukong's command, has the run from the board, and he wants aggressive. Look at that ring coming out from the Wukong's command. Fortunately, there's a 4-staff, and Edo will pay the price, dive with his own life, and aggressive falls as well. ADP. He's going to find himself another kill onto the Phantom Lance. I'm not really sure how he ended up dying because there was a 4-staff coming out from the Disruptor. But he did die towards the very end. And all Kale found, if I'm not mistaken, was an Ancient Apparition. 95 seconds without the PL. Blaze nearby. They need vision. But Kale, this time he won't get picked off. This time, he's going to commit his hookshot defensively just to keep the distance. Dead Prophet. What's the cooldown on her Exorcism? 15, 13 seconds and she's going to have it as well. Why? Well, they're going high ground. I mean, without the PL, I think Dope Gaming looks very, very weak in these team fights without the PL. Blaze is just going to keep the linkage triggered. But honestly, what is Dope Gaming's plan here? Okay, they're going to go with a hook shot onto the Beastmaster, commit the Static Storm. But he's got his own BKB, so he's just going to man up, stand in the Static Storm, soak it up, and not be too concerned. I do hear a roar onto the Clockwork, used defensively. Back it mid. Wipe. Looking to claim the last lane of Barracks, and they will get it. Error on the Disruptor does end up falling, but ADP wants to go back in. Has the Jingu stacks, looks to turn, Torrented Boat coming through. Not really sure who's clipping on. Kale still trying to run down Blaze. Quick Hex coming out on ADP, but the Glimmer Cape is there. There's the Refresher Shot coming out from Catalyst. Secondary Exorcism. She'll look towards the Lina and she'll find that kill. Lina buying back. Dope Gaming, want to fight, trying the hardest to hold on for a slot in the Masters League, but they're not gonna find it, I think, as they buy back on both the Clockwork and the Lina. Why? They're a little low on mana. They've got to be careful. Aggressive goes in, wants to fight, moves on to the Kunkka. Quick hook shot coming out from Kale. He's going to find him, that Beastmaster. Aggressive though with the repel upon him. He's being turned upon. They're running him down with all that physical damage. No, doesn't have the mana, but aggressive. Doesn't have the HP. He's going to doppelganger further. Not look to run. The Boundary Strike is there. And Catalyst finds himself a monster kill. Dope Gaming. Well, this is certainly the end for them. Vibe. Yeah, officially in the Masters League. Beautiful stuff coming out from them. I mean, they're going to be a little displeased with certain aspects of their game, especially how easily they give up the tier 1 towers. But they're a team with promise. Can't wait to see what this team does in the Masters League. Anyway, folks, that's it as far as today's broadcast is concerned for the ESL India Premiership. As far as the DOTA broadcast is concerned, my name is Vivek. You can find me at facebook.com/VWWAK casting. I'm going to throw it over to the panel and they'll take you through the rest of the day. Good
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL India Premiership Studio segment. And victory goes to Vibe.
Yeah.
What do you think about how the game went?
Great vibes coming from them. That is for certain. You asked me at the beginning of this, what kind of vibes are you getting from this? I believe this team is doing pretty well, and I like their composition of their team. I mean, they did have the Monkey King, the Ancient Apparition against the Phantom Lancer in opening night. Now, those are two major heroes that I always pay attention to when I'm as an analyst looking at drafts. But I have to give it to Dope Gaming. In the early stages of the game, I did see how well they kind of kept that Monkey King in control, which kind of didn't let Vibe really snowball in the early stages of the game. But at the end of the day, it was very simple. And once that carry really got his farm, and they were up and running all over the map, and they really just concluded the whole fight into 51 minutes. Good performance coming there from Dope, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, the better team always wins. And in this case, Kolkata takes the victory over Mumbai, which is really interesting to see. And even though their composition contains about 2-3 players from Nefarious, I'm hoping that this new formed, revamped team called Vibe is able to have a similar performance when they come into the Masters League.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is it for today. And LAN event, do not forget about that, because that is going to take place on the 23rd and 24th. It's going to be a 2-day event where we're going to have guests like Abhish Matthew and Gaurav Kapoor, who are going to entertain us. And we're going to have some awesome games, computer games that we'll be playing. We'll be playing PUBG, we'll have PS4 setups, we'll have Street Fighter 5 and Rocket League, ladies and gentlemen. So do not forget, Phoenix Market City, Kurla, Mumbai, it is on the 23rd and the 24th. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon, because this is the ESL India Premiership Summer Season Challenger Series 2018 that is brought to you by HP, HyperX and Intel, and organized by Northern Gaming and ESL. This is Harsh Ipan Rawat and Angie signing off.